Unsolicited advice.
What you whispering for? Yo, what's unsolicited advice? Take it or leave it. It's not your world. You can't always have it your way. But yet we have a lot of people that are attention seeking. We have a lot of people that are overbearing, controlling, possessive. We just have people that think that they're supposed to have it their way, and it is very draining. It's nerve wracking, and we got to talk about it, and we got to figure out. I don't know. It might be me. It might be you. We need to figure out if we're that type of person. And one of the things that people like that they do is they have this need for control. They feel like they need to have control. And it throws a monkey wrench in y'all's situation, because the whole thing is y'all supposed to be vibing off of each other. You're supposed to have trust in each other. We're supposed to accept each other for who we are and not try to control. But you have so many people that want to control, and usually people that want to control, there's a lot of trauma there. There's a lot of trauma. There's PTSD. There's ADHD. There's so many mental things that go on with people that have a need for control. That means that they don't know how to be with somebody and adjust. Say, you know what? I love this person, or I like being around this person. So I need to adjust because, they do things a little different, but I want to be with them. But people that are controlling, it's like, no, I need to find a way to get them to do what I want them to do so I can tolerate them. That's controlling. And some people just need control because they fear you leaving. They don't want you to leave, or they want you to need them. So, you got to deal with that. Another reason why people have to have it their way, because they have low self-esteem. So something happened and they've gotten to the point now where they need to have things their way, or it messes with their self-esteem. They start questioning everything around them. Oh, well, do they really like me? Am I pretty? Do I get on their nerves? They have such low self-esteem, they already assume the person's going to leave them. So they want to control. They feel like if they control it, then the person will never leave. So, low self-esteem can be very dangerous, because if the person already has low self-esteem, then the littlest thing will set them off, and then they're going to have a need to control the situation, because they fear that depression and that low self-esteem coming out. Another thing, and this is funny because it's so true with some people. Some people have to have things their way because they have a fear of being wrong. But they know if they have it their way, then they can't possibly be wrong. They're right, because they're getting it their way. So you can't tell them that they're wrong, because we're doing it their way. They're being controlling. So people that need control only need control because they fear that they may be wrong. They fear that shit. They know they're wrong, but if they control the situation, there's no reason for you to question if they're right or wrong, because they're controlling it. That's on them. Another reason for control, or for people to have things their way, is because a lot of people are dealing with anxiety. A lot of people get triggered real quick, and it's like, you look at them like, chill out. What's wrong with you? Relax. It's like, no, it needs to be done this way. And they just start getting worked up. Their hypertension kick in, their blood pressure start going up. They start, having heart palpitations and stuff. Their anxiety kick in. And a lot of it is just because they're so used to doing things a certain way that they have to have it their way, or they can't function. And that can be a problem, especially if you're trying to have a healthy relationship. You have to seek help for that, or you probably shouldn't be in one. But we all deal with anxiety in some form of it. But if you know that you're dealing with that, then, I suggest that you seek help for it. Now, we get into the Diddy part of it, but some people seek control because they desire power. So, and I've said this plenty of times, and I'll tell the ladies this, you know, till my mouth starts bleeding. You don't, a lot of women say, I want to be kept. I want a man that's going to take care of me, that's going to pay all the bills. He's going to lead this, and that. You need to be careful about that, because that's a form of control too. That's them having their way as well. If I'm a man and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm taking care of you and I'm taking care of everything else, you can't tell me nothing. I can pretty much do whatever I want to do if I chose to. And there's not much you can say, because now I'm being controlling. Now I'm being possessive because I own you. Now you can tell yourself all day, oh, you don't own me, you don't own me. But if you're making him pay for everything, and you're making him pay for your upkeep, you're making him pay all the bills, you're making him pay the groceries, just paying for your lifestyle, or the things that a lot of women are asking for nowadays, you're asking to be controlled. And some girls, they might like all that, but you don't want to live like that, because that means he gets control when you get to do things. And Lord forbid that he does that, because a lot of y'all ain't going to tolerate that, and we know that. But, there's a lot of desire for power. You have a lot of people that love that. They have no problem giving you money, taking care of you, because that's their pleasure. They know that's a form of manipulation. It's like, I got you now. Look at that car I got you. Look at the house you live in. Look at the bills. I'm paying all these bills. You wouldn't be nothing without me. You need me. Where do you think you're going? I mean, think about that. Like, a lot of people will treat you that way because they're intoxicated by that power, because they know they can. And for some of y'all, they know that you're not going to leave. You're going to keep tolerating it. But some people are just spoiled. So sometimes it's just learned behavior from growing up, and they become spoiled rotten. And you can't tell them nothing, because they've either been babied by their mom or their dad or a past boyfriend or a husband or a wife, whoever. So they've gotten real spoiled. So it's a learned behavior. They don't know any other way but to get their way. And I tell you to run fast from those people, because they need to spend more time learning that it's not a one-way street. They need to understand it's a two-way street. It goes both ways, and you have to give to get. And that goes into the next part, where you have the ones that have a sense of self-entitlement. Pretty privilege. Some of them think that they're pretty, so you're just supposed to do it. I'm pretty. You have some that, like for young boys, they're so used to being the big man on campus, so they're used to getting their way. So the first time somebody tells them no, they don't know how to act. Them be the worst too. They're not used to hearing the word no. They're not used to rejection. So they get a bug up their ass like, man, what the fuck? Like, how dare you? You know who I am? And then you have some people that are controlling because they have such a lack of trust. They don't trust you to make the right decision. They've never given you the chance to earn their trust. They just automatically don't trust anybody. So they'd rather do it their way, because they're so used to it, and they think that their way is the best way. And I don't trust you to make right decisions, even though I haven't given you the opportunity. So we're just going to do it my way. So you have a lot of people that have lack of trust. And last but not least, you just have your attention seekers. Some people are controlling because they like the attention. They love it. They live off of it. They can't live without being the center of attention. So they need to control everything. They need it. Some of them know that they don't have a personality without it. They don't have anything without control. The most dangerous person is a person that doesn't need control. And people who are controlling can't handle people like that. But you have to learn to let go. You can't control everything. always remember that you can't control everything. You know, trying to control things is almost like predicting the future. Like, you can't. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Sometimes you have to let go and allow things to flow naturally. But as I always say, it's just my unsolicited advice. You can take it or leave it.